Hi, this is SJ Talks and Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Judge Mathis, Judge Mathis has said that if you haven't already seen on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, it's trending. It's trending, so I'm just talking about it's trending. Is getting a divorce. His wife has filed. Has filed for divorce, and it's interesting. I know I wasn't going to really talk about this because I don't do a lot of celebrity gossip unless I need to make a point. Well, I need to make a point. So unless I'm using it as a teachable moment or I'm trying to make a point, that's the only way I talk about celebrity gossip. But other than that, I don't talk about celebrity gossip. I don't do celebrity gossip. Unless I have an important point, using it as a teachable moment. I got an important point to make. Well, I got a point to make. I think it was either TMZ or somebody interviewed him and asked him how is he getting along without his wife. He said he's not doing well. He said he's not doing well without his wife, and he ran down the whole thing, and he explained that it was because of neglect. Allegedly, they have some rumors circling. I'm not going to repeat the rumors. I don't like repeating rumors on here, but they have some rumors circling. One rumor is really, really horrible. I don't know why somebody would spread a rumor like that. One rumor is a terrible accusation to put on anybody, but I don't want to repeat them because it's garbage. But apparently, there were some rumors circling about alleging as to why she was had filed for divorce, but he's confirmed he's confirmed that none of those rumors are true. The reason why my wife filed for divorce is because I was neglecting her. I spend lots of time away from her. He broke it down and he explained it. He said I spend lots of time away from my wife, and it's just that I've been spending too much time away from her, and she's just fed up. And he broke it down. He said that he was trying to get his wife back. He said, I'm trying to get my wife back. He said, I'm not doing well. He admitted that he wasn't doing well because they've been married for 39 years. Because my thoughts were 39 years. I said, that's almost 40 years. You know, that's a big milestone. 40 years of marriage, that's a milestone. I was like, she don't want to hang in there a little longer? 40 years, 30. I said, what would make her want to file for divorce in the 39th year? I said, it must be something pretty serious. She really must be at the end of her rope because it's almost close to 40 years. You guys like my glasses? My sunglasses? They're cute. But, yeah, 40 years. It's close to 40 years, 39 years. So I said she must be really at the end of her rope to file for divorce in the 39th year. She must be really at the end of her rope. So he said that it was because of neglect. He says because he's been neglecting her, he's been spending too much time away from her, and she's pretty much at the end of her rope. You can't neglect your woman, just like a woman can't neglect her man. You can't, and that was the reason why, one of the reasons why I broke up from my oldest son's dad. It was neglect. That was one of the reasons. That was absolutely one of the reasons. It was because of neglect. That was one of the reasons. It was neglect. He wasn't there for me. He wasn't there for his son. And at the time, my son was just a baby. He wasn't trying to, I'm not really going to go into all that, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I decided to leave him. It was because of neglect. So the problem is men take women for granted. They take for granted that a woman just going to keep putting up with your stuff. See, they take us for granted. They think that we just going to keep putting up with stuff. And I'm the type of person, once I get to the end of my rope, a decision has to be made. Whether it's in a workplace, whether it's a job situation, or whatever situation is. Once I get to the end of my rope, a decision has to be made. Okay? What's the? I always say, well, right now I'm in the middle of it, but when I get to the end, a decision got to be made. So typically, usually, once I get to the end of that rope, it's time for me to make a decision. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm gonna have to make a decision. Okay, that's how I am. And so, women, the same goes for men. A woman should neglect her husband. You can't be so caught up in your career that you forget about that you got a wife, or you forget about you have a husband. He said it was no cheating. People try to say it was cheating. He said it was no cheating, no infidelity, or nothing like that. He said, I just am guilty of not spending enough time with my wife. I spent too much time away from my wife. He said he's not doing well. And that's the point I'm going to make. That's the point I'm going to make. I'm just saying that if you got a husband or a wife, you can't be neglecting your mate. It speaks about that in the Bible. It talks about that in the Bible. And men got to submit to their wife. All this stuff about talking about women submitting. It says in the Bible, a man got to submit to his wife. That works both ways. But they always harping on how a woman needs to submit to a man. But forget about how a man's supposed to submit to his wife. That goes both ways. Y'all got to submit to each other. I'm not even married, I know that. A man got to submit to his wife too. So first of all, he got to submit to Jesus. Then he got to submit to his wife. But you can't neglect your mate. You can't neglect your mate. And that's what he did. And she got tired. She got to the end of her rope. And I said, 39 years. I thought about that. I said, what would make her want to file for divorce in the 39th year? Close to 40 years. That's a milestone in a marriage, I said, it must be something pretty bad. She must be really at the end of her rope to file for the divorce in the 39th year. I said, she must be really at the end of her rope. And, I don't knock her for staying that long. I don't knock her because this is her husband. This is not just a baby daddy or a boyfriend. This is her husband, and they have a long history together. So, and sometimes in marriages you do have to be long suffering, So, she ain't no telling how long she had to put up with that, because he's a TV judge. He's a TV judge. So he's got a career. But that's no excuse. You can't put your career before your wife. Your career doesn't come before your wife. Hell, he ought to be close to retirement anyways. He should be close to retirement anyways. How old is Judge Mathis? He's getting on up there in age. He should be getting close to retirement. Okay? So you don't neglect your wife. And saying with a wife, don't neglect her husband. But he said he was not doing well. And these men, that's what I want to talk about. These men know they need us women. Women and men need each other. But I think that men need women more. I think that men, because the point that I want to make is men are always projecting. Men are always projecting all the time, and they're always saying, oh, y'all gonna grow old with cats, you gonna die alone, you gonna grow old with cats and dogs or whatever, they're always talking about a woman, because it's a stereotype. They're always talking about women being old and alone. It's a stereotype, and lonely and stuff like that. They're always projecting. But more and more women are starting, as I said in other videos, more and more women are starting to embrace singleness. And women are, including myself, I'm part of the 3B. I say 3B because I got kids. I'm embracing singleness too. I'm embracing it too. Okay, I love it here. I love it here. And a lot of women are starting to embrace singleness. They're traveling. Because, women do a better job. They say men suffer more. Single men suffer more than women, because you know why? Women have the tendency to form closer relationships and bonds with family members, friends. Women have closer bonds with friends, families. Women are better at forming closer relationships with other people in their lives. I don't know if it's because women, and by nature, we're nurturers. We're more, and that might have something to do with it, what God put in us. But women are better at forming relationships and maintaining relationships with the other people in our lives. Men, not so well. They don't do such a good job forming close relationships with other people in their lives, because they say men suffer more. Single men suffer more than single women. But they're always, isn't that what they're always doing, ladies? They're always projecting, like, y'all gonna go old with cats. And these ladies be like, don't threaten me. A lot of these ladies is like, don't threaten me with a good time. Me and my cat's gonna have a good time. Or me and my dog's gonna have a good time. So they're always projecting and always saying, trying to act like we gonna be so miserable alone and by ourselves. But actually, in reality, single men suffer more. They suffer more. Then they say single men are more. I read that. Did I read that somewhere? Did I read that somewhere? Or look at it on a video. They say a man that experiences one or two or more breakups is more prone to inflammation in their body. Did you know that? Men are more prone to inflammation in their body if they suffer one or more breakups, because they're more, like I say, single men suffer more than women. They do, because they don't do women do a better job at forming close relationships with the other people in their lives. So single women, they say single women live longer. Single women live longer than married women, and I think single women live longer than single men. So single women fare a whole lot better than single men do. Single men suffer more. They suffer more than single women. Single women are traveling, they're spending time with their friends, family. Us older ladies, we're spending time with our grandkids. You know, we're okay. Hello, traveling, and you know, whereas single men, they suffer more, but they don't. That's what the manosphere, period. That's what the manosphere is not going to tell you. The manosphere is not going to tell you that. Red pill, manosphere, that's what they're not going to talk about. They're not going to talk about how much they suffer when they're alone. And that's why they're always projecting, and they're always telling us, you're going to grow, you're going to have cats, you're going to have dogs, you're going to die alone, and we're all going to die alone. Somebody going to be laying in that casket alone with you. When you get cremated, somebody going to be in there burning up with you. We all going to die alone. What's your point? Somebody going to laying up in the casket with you? You're going to be laying up in that casket by yourself. Ain't nobody going to be in there with you. So what's your point? See, they're projecting. See, they want us to panic. What they want to happen is they want women to go into panic mode. They want us to go into panic mode, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be alone. Oh yeah, we better hurry up and get a man. And so that way they got more access to us. They have more access to us. They want us to. That's why they do that, so we can panic. So they have more access to us. So they're the ones that don't have to worry about being alone. They're the ones that don't have to worry about being alone. They're projecting. Okay? It's reverse psychology. They want us to, oh my God. They want us to go into panic mode. That way some of us, they figure some of us will be desperate, and they'll take them anyway. We'll get them, whether they got a job or a homosexual or whatever, because we're scared of being alone. And what they're starting to realize that that's not working. When women are not falling, we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Women are not falling for that. We're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay? And that's what they're shocked about, and they're becoming unhinged, because we're not falling for that. We're not falling for that crap. And so now they're the ones that's starting to panic. They're the ones that's starting to panic and be afraid, are getting fearful of growing on and being by themselves. Judge Mathis, he is admitting that he needs his wife, but it's a whole lot of men that need women. And they're scared. They're really scared of this 4B movement. Men are scared. That's why they talk so much garbage, because they are really scared. They're shaking in their boots. That's why they talk so much garbage to us women, because they're really, really afraid. A lot of them are really, really afraid they're gonna wind up being alone. Yes. They're projecting. That's what they're doing, because we're not going for that. We're not falling for that. So yeah, he just admits it. But it's a lot of men that they're the same way. They're just not willing to admit that they need on women. They need women. They need us. And we do, single women do better statistically than married women and single men. Men need us. They need us more than what they put on, more than what they try to portray, because they want to scare us into being desperate and taking up with them. Yes, he said he missed his wife and he gonna be trying to get his wife back, and so he should. She must be a good woman. So I don't want to hear this. Was she, because that's the first thing men do, is they blame the woman when there's a breakup. She must be a good woman if he's trying to get her back. A man do not miss a man don't realize what he has until it's gone. My son's father tried many times to get me back. Talk all the garbage about me all you want. My son's father tried multiple times, including cock blocking, to try to get me back. Once I'm done, I'm done. Yes, I was a good woman, and he didn't realize it until after I was gone. See, they don't realize what they have until they don't have it no more. And it's a lot of good women out here that these men take advantage, and they don't realize what they have until it's gone. And I bet you there's a whole lot of men that was trying to blame her to make her out to be a bad woman. Well, apparently she must be a pretty good woman if he's trying to get her back. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. Hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Hit that like, subscribe, and share notification bell. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later, and be blessed.